Hello everybody, what's up and welcome back to another video. Today we are here in Loomian Legacy with a brand new team and two brand new Loomians. We have Banokey and Obelost. Okay, so the general idea behind this team is we're running Bane of Haste. We have Obelost as a Bane of Haste setter, Oxdrake is a Bane of Haste setter. Oxdrake works really well as it's just really bulky. It's just a support mon, pretty much. And then we have two fast Loomians and Banokey, which we're running Slapdown, Shakedown on just to get rid of opponent's items. And then Landtorch also Send Off Final Ruse, just plays mind games with the opponent. Like, if they kill us, we get health. If they don't kill us, they just get hit by Flare. If they try to kill us and we Final Ruse, they just die. So, yeah. Both of these are sort of sacrificial. Ideally, we'd want them to live, but especially in Landtorch's case, we don't really care if it dies. Because if it dies, then that lets us set up Bane of Haste. And then the other mode of this team is Fog, right? So Fog and Bane of Haste are both like late game, like cleanup modes, I suppose you could say. So we have the rest of our Loomians are slow. We have 0 speed UP Harvest Act, 0 speed UP Hoganosh. They're just vibing out. Even Obelost is just there. So yeah, we have Chironix to summon that. With Phantom Blast Fog Summon, it's just really strong. The spread move hits both in the fog. 100% accurate, 110 base power. That's just goated. And then the idea behind using it as a cleanup came from Obelost's Whale. I actually originally built this team around Obelost, and I added like Banokey as like a support piece, sort of, like later on. Originally it was just going to be an Obelost showcase, but Banokey works out so well with it that it's just great. And then Whale, because it strengthens the attacks for each fainted ally. We're going to be sacrificing Banokey or Landtorch, or like one of them and like another Loomian early game, and then we're going to be cleaning up with Fog in the end. So that's really useful. You can also just lead off with a 2 and just spam Phantom Blast and use that as a win condition. And then we have 2 more Bane of Haste sweepers. Harvest Act works in Bane of Haste and in Fog. I mean, Life Force doesn't get disabled by Fog anyways, so it doesn't really play like a Spirit type. Or Spirit typing isn't really that useful, but it's just such a good attacking mon. Like, it's just great. And then Hoganosh here, Battle Chime, what can I say? It's just the best Bane of Haste sweeper, in my opinion. Like, you can get +6, especially paired that with Bait. Makes it so easy to get there. And then you can just spam, like, Baneful Bash, Fiery Fondant, and you have the recovery from Banokey and Landtorch to support its endeavors, so it doesn't kill itself from recoil. Yeah, so that's the team. I'll go more in depth in it, into it at the end of the video with like items, DP spreads, all that cool stuff. So if you want to see that, you can skip to the end of the video, or you can just watch, because I'm going to beat up some kids right now. Let's go. Alright, we're in a battle with Daniel Alonso 2006. Okay. Oh, guess we're not in a battle. Alright, we're in a battle here with Ryan 3468 59 740 54. Okay. So doesn't look like they're running weather at all. And it doesn't look like... No, they don't have any spirit types, so nothing's stopping us from just... I mean... Can do that as a lead. Bring that in those in the back. Actually, no, let's not lead with Charonix. Let's lead Land Torch with that, so we can deal with Curlin, we can deal with Tatab. Yeah. It's good. Dakuda Gargolem. Dakuda definitely wants a Soul Burst here. And Gargolem base. I guess that's a bit interesting. Nobody's really exerting that much pressure on the other. I'm gonna go for a Metal Shriek here. I'm gonna go for a Flare into Dakuda, because it's just... do not want that thing to Soul Burst. Earthquake kills its own Dakuda. Nice. I'm gonna set up Bane of Haste here, and I'm gonna swap Land Torch into probably Harvesect, I guess. I want to save Land Torch just so, again, it can get its health gift, or like get its send off to someone else. I guess not, because they just sent out Tatab here. They want to go into Oxdrake. I'm going to just let them go into Oxdrake. Or into Oxdrake's slot. Swap an Obelost. And I'll go for Fire Breath on Tatab. Okay. I thought it would be Boots, so I just went for that just in case. Wasn't Boots. Send off just gets Obelost back to full HP. Like, it's just nice. Land Torch did its job. And let's send out Charonix, I guess. We're in a pretty good position here. Okay. Fog disables both abilities, so Hasty, I guess, it's gonna actually hit us. I'm gonna go for the Bane of Haste. And since we have Frost Beam on Charonix, I mean, I might as well go into Gargolem. I don't recall them having any fire types, so I'm just gonna go for that. Get Gargolem out of here. Draco Beam. That's alright. We just get the kill on Gargolem. Curlin just can't do anything anymore. Can just go Harvesect here. It's way more aggressive. We don't have Bane of Haste up, so we're gonna want to watch out for Halvantic. They have 2 Loomians left. So I can just Earthquake here. Just free to Earthquake. I'll just dodge Charonix so I don't hit myself. Yeah. Gnarly Nash would have went into Harvesect. It would have done like 10 damage or something. -2 Draco Beam does nothing. Now it's -4. It's really just not a threat. Halvantic dies. And we just double up into Curlin here and win the game. It didn't click Phantom Blast once that game. Didn't even need to use Bane of Haste. He couldn't get it set up, but yeah. the only really big issue with my team, it's not like I'm using this team for like actual like actually competitively like in tournaments and stuff, but if I really wanted to, I would definitely make some changes because everything on this team is like weak to light. Like Gamma Pulse users are just gonna take me out. Like Obelost, Harvestet, Oxydrake. None of them have a really high range defense stat. Obelost specifically, like 50 range defense is just not good. And as you saw, it went down to the Draco Beam. Another thing is Banokey and Landtorch aren't as fast as I'd like them to be. Like below 100 speed. That's not too fast. That's just like above average. So if I wanted to use this team competitively, I would definitely change that. And if you want to copy this team for some reason, it's not that good, but I would encourage you to make your own. But if you really want to, you can, I guess. But I would keep that in mind. So they have their own Chironics. Looks like they're gonna want to. Yeah, they're kind of running the same thing with Chironics as me, except like, yeah, it's just basically the same. We both want to overturn all other weather with Chironics and just delete all abilities. Interestingly, using Silver's Jewel Tooth. I'll bring Obelost, definitely. I'll lead Banokey. I'll bring different Loomians this time. Let's lead Oxydrake once again. Zeppelin Tatab, okay. Oxydrake Banokey. Banokey outspeeds Tatab unless it's running boots. Zeppelin, I'm pretty sure, is like 100 base speed. I'm gonna bait here because Zeppelin's going to attack before Tatab. It's probably going to be using air type move, and because Oxidize, we're just gonna get that +1 melee defense. I'm probably safe to Brawn Boost. In that case, I know the speed order, and I know if Tatab is running boots, so I can play around that. Okay, Banokey is faster. And then Tatab is faster than Zeppelin. So, the exact, like, opposite turn order I predicted, which is fine. Oxydrake went down, but now Banokey is +2. I'm just going to be able to KO Tatab straight up here. And send in this. Now, the only real downside is that we don't have Bane of Haste. But that's fine. We're just going to dodge with Hagenosh here. So they're going to want to use Mudslide into it. We can just go for the Slapdown Tatab, because we know we're faster. Should be a one-hit KO unless they're Clutch Plushy, which they aren't. Adaptive Assault into Banokey. Wait, that's so goofy. We're not even... I swear, bro, that's so goofy. It's like what? 1 HP doesn't trigger Clutch Plushie? That's gotta be a bug, right? There's no way we survived that. Survived that so perfectly. Okay, so Cephalops wants to use like its Maroon or Tsunami here. Sadly can't dodge again. Don't have Oxdrake to swap in. I'm gonna go for Baneful Bash. I should be able to KO it. I have really good range bulk. And I can just go for the Banana Slam or Slap Down to use Zeppelin. Zeppelin's not too threatening. I'm more concerned about Cephalops here. But then again, it is slower, and if it attacks, yeah, I'm just gonna go Slap Down Zeppelin. Should KO. I guess not. Zeppelin's just tanky like that. That's why we run Milkshake. Yeah, Tsunami. Kills their own Zeppelin. Great. And now our thing should flinch. Yep. Indeed. Okay. Let's bring out that. Got Fog Up. Just taking over this battle. Can I go for the dodge again? I think I will. I want Hognosh to stay alive. I would go Phantom Blast here. I mean, I think even though it's resisted, like it's just damaging both is just really good. Yeah, bulk up, that's fine. Rant into, yeah. That's not the best. What I can do here though, we have Hognosh. I want to just have one of them die. I want to have Hognosh die here so I can swap. Or no, I'm just going insane. I'm just gonna swap out into Obelost. Probably predict it. But it doesn't matter because I have such high melee defense. And Joltooth goes for another bulk up. Not the best. Rant again. That's kind of annoying. Baneful. Good damage. And the poison. Okay, that poison's going to win us the game. That poison is just going to win us the game, straight up. I want to dodge here. Keep that alive. And I'll go for, I don't know, if I set up Bane of Haste, I don't think I'll be able to. Joltooth will one-hit KO us. I mean, kind of just in a rough spot. I'm just gonna go Bane of Haste anyways. Yeah, Soul Burst, Joltooth, they're gonna, like, Royal Decree, they're just gonna kill us. Or just Primal Slash, yeah. Okay. I mean, Fog turns off the ability though, so do they remember that? Yeah, okay. They do. Not bad. Soul Drain. Yeah. Cephalops down. Sure, they send out their own Charonics. I send out my Charonics. Yeah, so Joltooth is just incredibly scary right now. Like +2. Yeah, we can't go for the battle time. It's just I'm just lost here. If I can get another poison on Tyranics, maybe I'm fine. Go for the dodge. Actually, do I want to? Yeah, I'm gonna go for the dodge again. Let's try to stall this. Yeah, sure hit. Not good. Yeah. It's just GG's. Had to deal with Joltooth sooner. Shouldn't have sacked Oxydrake in the opening. Or I should have got Bane of Haste up. I shouldn't have been too committed to Bane of Haste. Okay, yeah. Land Torch definitely would have been helpful there too. With Flare. We are in a battle with Dark. I get. Huh? Oh. Alright. We're in a battle with Kinecto. Okay. Interesting. Fire team. Is it fire though? Would it be fire is the question. So they have slow Loomians. Only, I guess Metronet. Metronet's probably gonna Soul Burst. So we'll wanna bring Hognosh or Land Torch. I'll bring Hognosh because Land Torch doesn't outspeed it anyways. I want to get Bane of Haste set up as quickly as possible against this team, I suppose. That has Earthquake, I believe. Also have that. Can bring that to override abilities, and we'll lead with our own Banokey, I suppose. Cost me our Mirath. Okay. Shakedown, health item, and no item. Okay. Gonna go for the slap down Cosmere, I suppose. Mirath wants to. Does Mirath want to swap out here, or does it stay in? Because I have Primal Slash. I'm not sure if most people view Oxydrake as an attacker. They might. I'm going to go for the Bane of Haste. Yeah, no more health amulet. Bye bye. Icicle Trap. Okay. Just bring Hognosh in. Shatter, that's fine. We're chillin'. We're big chillin'. So I'm gonna go for another slapdown to cost me, or just sack Banokey here. It's pretty much done its job. It's like, yeah. Go for the Metal Shriek. Another Shatter. Another way of Barbs. Just okay. Not that big of a deal. Hypnotize. Aha. Okay. Bring in Haganash. Melt the icicle trap. Two layers of barbs is a bit scary. It's not that big of a deal though. I could go for... I think I'll go for the dodge here because they're gonna double up into my Haganash. They're probably gonna go hypnotize into it also. I just don't want that to exist. And we can send out Chironix also. Fade away, yeah. Hypnotize, yes sir. Got the call right. Let's go Fiery Fondant into Mirath, and let's go... do we want to go Phantom? Let's go Phantom, yeah. We're slower than both, I believe, unless... No, Mirath is definitely pretty slow. Good Fiery Fondant. Don't really use Battle Chime that often. Unless it's like really easy to get off. So that's pretty hard to do, I suppose. I would have went for it if like I had Oxdrake awake still. So I could have just baited Oxdrake and I could have went for the Battle Chime. I guess not. Let's leave Haganash in here and let's just go for a Phantom Blast. I'll go for the Fiery Fondant again, just in case. Phantom Blast again, because just why not? Kill Cosmeor. Metronet down to like half. Pretty good. Okay, sets up Peace of Mind. I'm not too concerned, because we do have Bane of Haste up. I guess it's not up anymore. Could be... Yeah, could be a bit of an issue. Forge, not fire. So then it's Scorching Skin, or no. What's its thing? What's its ability called? I'm just gonna go for the Fiery Fondant again. Let's keep spamming Phantom Blast, 'cause why not? We won't need the Fog Up again, really. It's like... Yeah, Soul Bursting Metronet. It's gonna pick up a kill on... Will it be able to kill our... I mean, it's +1, 147 base range attack, so it'll be able to kill our Chironix. You just need Haganash to wake up sometime. Oh, Sinister Shackles, yeah. That'll be both. Or neither killed, okay. Okay. That's nice. Oh, let's go. We're just holding on like that. Like the +1 melee defense with Haganash just really paid off. We're just chilling. Yeah, Banokey. It's gonna kill... I gotta know who it's gonna kill, but I don't care too much. I don't care too much. Just go for that. Just go for the Phantom Blast. Yeah, that's a bad play by them because I just outspeed. Clutch Flashy Banokey doesn't matter because it went for the Brawn boost. Can't kill me. Goodbye Banokey, goodbye Monkey. And good game. It's nice. Alright, we're in a battle with Knuckler Vashon. Okay. Interesting name. Interesting team also. If I learned anything from that other matchup against Joltooth is that I want to watch out for Joltooth here. Although I'm not too sure which Soul Burst they're going to be running. If it's going to be Joltooth or it's going to be Eruptodon. I definitely am a bit afraid of that. Probably more afraid than I should be. Honestly. There's nothing... Can they really do anything against this lead? I guess if they bring Eliguana Gamma Pulse, yeah. If they Soul Burst, I just double up. I'm gonna bring these guys in the back, and I'll bring... Probably want you. Yeah. Garbantus Ventation. Oh, that's a Gamma. It's not even like PvP viable. Okay. Yeah. So Garbantus can't really do anything. Like, we're pretty defensive. Like, we have good defenses. And then Ventation here, I believe, is a melee attacker. I'm gonna check that. I mean, it has good melee bulk, but I'm not sure about its... Yeah, its range bulk sucks. It's a melee attacker, but its melee attack stat... Or it's a range attacker, but its range attack stat is really low. There's nothing really stopping me from just doubling up with the Phantom Blasts. Yeah, try doing that into 135 melee defense. I guess, yeah. Not good. Thought it could tank. Thought it could tank Geyser because of like 75 range attack, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting. So abilities are turned off right now, which is good. Just send out Harvest Act. We're just vibing pretty much. I'm gonna go Soul Harvest into Garbantus, and I'm just gonna Peace of Mind, I suppose? Why not? Battering Ram? Charonix, yeah. That's fine. Guys are Charonix, Charonix holds on. Even with that crit. Get Peace of Mind up, and now we have +2 on Harvest Act. I don't know. +2 Harvest Act. Kinda looking spooky here, if I do say so. Shienta. Yeah, that once you just like Ice Hammer into Harvest Act. But I mean, it doesn't do that much anyways. Just like a good Parasitize, I can just kill that. I'll just go Phantom Blast here. It kills Ventation. Radiant Rush, yeah, that too. Let's go, you hold on. I don't really care too much if our Tyranics dies there because we just got so much value out of it anyways. If they doubled up into Harvest, Ventation dies anyways. Shanta is not that big of a threat because I do have Land Torch. And now Harvest Act's at like full pretty much. Plus 2, it'll be able to heal up pretty much anything. Send out Eruptodon. Can go for... I don't want to get greedy here. I'm going to double up into the Shienta slot, I suppose, because there's no real reason not to, and if they swap out, then I just get the extra damage off. I suppose, yeah, that's the right play. Except it's not because I just can't hit Shienta really. Can Fire Breath, but then Eruptodon just... Nah, we're fine. Harvest Act holds on. With plus 2, Harvest Act is just gonna get a lot of health back. If they mudslided into Harvest Act there, would have been a bit worse. But then I do again have Flare on Land Torch, and I can just use that. Do a bunch of damage. And here's the Joltooth. A long-awaited Joltooth. So... if they were running... Like, they should have just Soul Bursted Eruptodon there if they were running Soul Burst Erupt. You can just Parasitize into Joltooth. Not gonna be able to kill Harvest Act, I'll just Flare into Joltooth also. Yeah, Soul Burst is probably going to kill Harvest Act, I'm assuming? Or no, they Soul Burst Eruptodon now and not the turn before? Interesting. Okay. So... that's fine. Now, Joltooth just isn't a Soul Burst, so... yeah. Harvest Act holds on. Not that big of a deal, but we do get the extra chip. That's just nice with plus 2. Harvest Act is just staying on the field here. And Eruptodon can't take out both before dying. Just go for the Earthquake. Just go for the Flare. Should be fine. Magma Block, that's fine. Yeah. Should have predicted that. But we're just vibing. Hellstorm just takes out Land Torch, but we're just vibing though. Like do I really only have Banokey? I thought I had more. But okay. That's fine. Alright, so now I'm going to get into the finer details of the sets. I have another game against Marchant that I don't really want to put in this video because it's already really long. So if you want to see that, you can go click on it. It'll be somewhere. Maybe in the description, maybe linked in the top right here. But so starting off with Banokey, we are running a brawny, very clumsy Nimble because we want as much speed as possible, as much melee attack, and range attack doesn't matter. Clutch Pressy, because this thing is very frail, 50 in each defense. It, like, if you breathe on it, it just dies otherwise. Move-wise. Shakedown, we're running that in combination with Slapdown, so we can get rid of items that we don't want the opponent to have. Like health ams, stuff like that. Yeah, Brawn Boost pairs very well with Banana Slam if the opponent lets us set up. You can just do a lot of damage with a +2 and like 187 melee attack. And then Harvest, which is a support move. I figured it would be nice to have some health recovery. And Banokey is... It's not the best. If you're running a dedicated support mon, like, you wouldn't use Banokey, but it just... I just don't really have anything I'd really want to use in that slot. So, I'm just running Harvest. Anyways, we have 64 health, which is leftovers, along with 36 energy, which I don't remember what that gets us to for moves. And then we have 200 speed, 200 melee attack to capitalize on our brawny nimble. So that's Banokey. Obelost. This is a different build. Obelost, because it's already pretty slow, we're running sluggish. Now you could run like smart, robust, very sluggish if you wanted to commit more to like Bane of Haste. I was considering doing that, but I just really like the high range attack stat in combination with Phantom Blast here. So as you saw, this is a fog team because I have Tyrannox over here. So this move is just really good in fog. In doubles, you're just like a spread move with 100% accuracy, 110 base power, no downside in the fog. That's just really powerful. Whale also allows this to be like a late game cleaner, which is kind of the idea with fog, as most of our Loomians aren't spirit type. So ideally we'd want to lead off with like Land Torch and maybe like Oxydrake or something, deal with the first few Loomians, and then use fog as a late game cleanup with Whale. So it's pretty good. We're also running Body Crash because this thing has 135 base melee defense, so why not capitalize off that and get essentially melee and ranged coverage without having to invest into melee attack. Because melee defense is useful anyways, even if it's not being used with attack. Brawler Essence, I could have used Spirit Essence. I just thought that because, like, Brawler is weaker, I want it to be a bit stronger, a bit more balanced options, especially outside of fog. Then Peace of Mind, because this thing has pretty low range defense, the ranged defense boost really helps, and then of course ranged attack paired with Phantom Blast, that's just deadly. And then Bane of Haste, because why not? We're running a Bane of Haste team, pretty much. We have Hoganosh here, which is slow, Harvesect here, which is slow. Oxdrake, it's like also another Bane of Haste setter, and Tyrannox itself is slow. So, like, Banokey and Land Torch are like the two fast Loomians that I'd be using. And then the rest of them are Bane of Haste. So, TP spread. This is all like, all these spreads are very arbitrary except for my my Tyrannox and my Harvesect. I guess my Oxdrake too. It's been pretty good. But as I was saying, it's like I just put 200 into range attack because I want as much range attack as possible. 112 into melee defense just because that seems about right to capitalize on attack while also having good balance between health and defense. And then 92 energy, I don't remember what that does for me. So once again, editor Cobalt will have to put that on the screen somewhere. Anyways, next up we have Landtorch. Now this is a very not so typical set. Personality wise, you'd see a lot of Landtorches like this. Maybe some that would be mixed attackers with like very heavily dropping their melee defense instead, and being like running like fade away. Maybe like what's the light move? Okay, yeah, but you might see some mixed attackers, but like Landtorch is primarily a ranged attacker. You won't see that many. Light Essence, yeah, because we just want Flare to do as much as possible. Flare is kind of our win condition with this, like 110 base power if nothing's hit me yet, so that's pretty good. But that's pretty much where the standardness of the set ends, because we are running Send-Off, as you can see. So yet again, it's like another form of healing alongside Banokey. This time it's a bit more nuanced because you obviously want Landtorch to like die because you're going to be running Bane of Haste anyways, so you don't want something fast. It's also why I'm not running Clutch Plushie on it. We also play around this with Final Ruse, which just adds a layer of the mind games to the opponent, whether they want to take us out and risk having their own Loomian go down with it, and allowing us to get our Bane of Haste up, or if we just ignore them as a threat entirely and just spam Flare. So that's fun. Fun for us, at least. And then we have Fire Breath and Spectre Burst, which are just other forms of coverage. Here we go. So, once again, 36 energy. I don't remember what it does. I'll put some energy calcs on screen. 64 health leftovers. 200, 200. Harvesect. Next up. So, this thing is a beast. Like, I love Harvesect as a Loomian. It's just such a cool guy. Very brawny because we want this thing to do as much damage as possible. It might be more viable. Like, if you're rallying a Harvesect nowadays, you might want to put, like, instead of, you can go dull, yeah, but might be better to go into clumsy, just because they might add, like, a ranged version of tricky tactics to the game. But because there's not a ranged version of tricky tactics, there's no real reason to be that nitpicky about what you drop. Drain Orb pairs very well with Parasitize. Life Force only ability. It's kind of gimmicky, but not too much. I like it. I was just using this for raid. It shouldn't have bulk up. It should be Soulstorm. There we go. So, Icicle Tremor, Earthquake, both spread moves, very good for doubles. And or no, not Soulstorm. What am I? It should be Soul Harvest. There we go. And Soul Harvest allows us to get +2. So, if we're using like Landtorch Banokey, we're obviously just clicking attacking moves if we're leading off with them. So we do a bunch of chip damage with those, and then the idea with Harvesect is Soul Harvest can do that last bit of damage and give you the +2, and then you can start sweeping. Woo. Okay. Yeah. Very high base health stat, and because the ability is just like that. We're running 200 health TPs. 200 melee attack also very good for just attacking, sweeping. 56 range defense, survives an Ancient Essence Zulong Elemental Burst. I'm not sure if it's very smart or smart. I think it's just smart. Smart 200. And the rest of them I put into melee defense. My normal set, I have... Here, hold up. I'll show you my normal set. Normal Harvest Act. My normal set, I'm running 8 into speed, because I want this thing to be able to outspeed other Harvest Acts, but I don't really need that here, as this is a Bane of Haste team, and I want this thing to be as slow as possible, as you can see from the 0 speed UPs. Okay, that's Harvest Acts. The next Loomian up is Charonics. So, again, same sort of idea with Obelost. We're running very smart. We want to capitalize on that Phantom Blast in the fog as much as possible. We want to do a lot of damage. So yeah, we have 200 range attack, or 206 range attack, like level 50. That's just crazy. Then Charonics is actually very naturally just tanky. Base health kind of sucks. That's why you need to run 200. But like naturally, it just tanks stuff. So we don't need that much investment into bulk. I mean, we can't really invest in anything other than bulk because we're Bane of Haste. So, yeah. Ideally, I wouldn't want 0 speed UPs once again with Charonics, but I just can't get it. It's just too hard. Fog Summon, just a really good ability. Like, just, you could also run just the, what is it? The Hazy Shroud, and then you could run Reaper, and you'd be more of a sweeper archetype. But I didn't do that. I'm running Dodge Peace of Mind. Dodge is very helpful for, like, dodging, like, earthquakes and stuff. Earthquake, Icicle Tremor from Harvest Act, and just general attacks. So you want this thing to be alive, so it can maybe set up Fog Summon a second time if it needs to. Peace of Mind helps with bulk, helps with range attack. Then Frost Beam, it helps us deal with some plant types and ground types. Because, as you can see, we don't have any ground immunities on this team. No flying types. Okay, next up, Hagen-Nosh. So, I didn't run Sober's Hagen-Nosh. The main reason is because, like, its speed stat is, like, it's just too much in the middle. Like, it's not committing to Bane of Haste, but it's also not committing to just being fast. So it just kind of doesn't work. And then it's also, like, it loses Madcap. Madcap's just a great ability on this thing. Yeah. So we're running Brawny Clever, very sluggish because we want this thing to be moving first in Bane of Haste. And then Clever because we want to capitalize on that 99 range defense. We're not capitalizing that much on it, but with like 192 health, it really helps a lot with survivability. And seeing as we have Obelost for melee, we might as well have Hagen-Nosh for ranged. So, yeah. Running Milkshake in combination with Battle Chime, because That's just busted. Belly Drum is just insane. Like +6 melee attack, and then you just heal back the half of the, well, not half of it. You just heal back some of. You heal back half of the damage you took from Battle Chime. So it's just essentially getting it for a quarter. And even if you don't use Battle Chime, Milkshake's just really nice to have for recovery, because you're going to be using Fiery Fondant a lot. Speaking of Fiery Fondant, it's really good on this thing, because it just increases melee defense for free. Does 90 base power, and it just increases melee defense. Like, I don't get it. It's goated. And the only drawback is it does recoil. That's not too big of a deal, because, again, we have Milkshake, we have Harvest, and we have Send Off. So, yeah. Baneful Bash is also pretty useful. I like the poison a lot. Like, the poison is just so nice. It helps me out a lot. And then Dodge, again, just for being a bit more, like, surviving a bit more easily, having to reposition. And then finally we have Oxydrake. Oxydrake is our full-on support Loomian. We also have Oxydrake as a melee tank. Melee tank, Bane of Haste setter, along with Obelost. Really nice. Just the best support Loomian in the game, like, ever. The greatest of all time, if you will. This is the same Oxydrake I've been using for like a year now. It's just so good. Timeless. Immune to power creep. Okay, enough glazing. So we're running Health Amulet. We want this thing to recover, because instead of Bane of Haste, I would normally run Rejuvenate here, but because we want to set up Bane of Haste, we need to sacrifice something. And I didn't want to sacrifice our attacking move slot, which was, originally it was Bamboozle, but I've swapped it for Primal Slash just to do a bit more extra damage to help out with that Bane of Haste, so this thing can act as a bit of a sweeper if you're in a pinch. Yeah. So Metal Shriek, it's just goated. Like, I don't know why they gave this thing Metal Shriek. Like, lowering both opponents' melee and range defense, it's just crazy. And then, like, that just allows everything else to just do so much more damage. And then Bait, of course, because we all love baiting. Bait will allow, like, Banokey to Brawn boost more easily. It'll help survivability with, like, Obelost, for example, against, like, ranged moves that can let it set up Peace of Mind or set up Bane of Haste. Can also help. It's just really useful. Like, you can bait and then you can Battle Chime safely with Hoganosh. It's just a really nice move. Synergizes really well with the rest of the team. And TP-wise, same set I've been using for a year also. 200 health. We want Health Amulet to recover as much as possible. It's just really nice, especially if you're going to be using bait a lot. 200 melee defense makes this thing incredibly bulky on the melee side. Capitalizing on that really high 113 melee defense. And then 96 into range defense, just to make it more tanky on the range side. And then 4 into energy pairs up really nicely on this thing, because you can use 1 Bane of Haste, you can use, what am I doing? Yeah, you can use 1 Bane of Haste, and then you can use 70, 140, and then 2 baits. So you can use 2 Metal Shrieks, 2 Primal Slashes, 2 baits, and 1 Bane of Haste. Ka-chow. Quick math. And that's the team. There's a lot more nuanced synergies. I would get into them, but this has already been like 20 minutes. So yeah.